night. I want to thank Joe Rogan. You might think I'm being sarcastic.
And I think that there's some people that they're living in this life as humans, but yet they're not quite human. They're like just below human.
It's snarky or anything, but honestly, like, I want to truly, honestly thank Joe Rogan, comedian Joe Rogan, for giving us all a bit of comedy relief.
I think there's like 1 billion Catholics.
Well, if you're going to call Catholicism a cult,
it's a cult. I grew up in it.
Okay,
it's 100%. It's just a cult with 1 billion people.
Well,
whenever you got a guy who dresses like a wizard and he's sitting on a golden throne.
Joe Rogan has provided some comic relief for us.
There's certain people that are just really dumb.
You know, because there's a lot of hurt going on out there right now. There's a lot of pain.
Like, you talk to them and you're like, so what do you think happens when you die? Well, man, for sure you go to heaven and you get to be with Jesus. Yeah. Well, I've believed this since I was a child.
Yeah. You got people driving cars through crowds. You've got free speech ultras cheering on the jailing of rap groups.
A member of the Irish rap group Kneecap
has been charged with a terrorism offence by the Metropolitan.
Because it was fun to see that he, capital H, has become the latest right-wing gentleman to go Gotti. Woo! Go on, Joe. Yes. Yes, son. So that's who now? I believe it's Tucker Carlson, found God. Jordan Peterson qualified as a clinical psychologist, but then refound his faith. Donald Trump found himself in a lot of trouble with the law and then mysteriously refound his faith. Gabby Hanna got herself in all kinds of trouble and then refound her faith.
There wasn't a single person that was like, you're going to have a lot more fun talking about Jesus, except Jesus himself.
Russell Brand, we've talked a lot about on this show, haven't we? Russell Brand got himself in all kinds of trouble with the Metropolitan Police and the Sunday Times and refound his faith. And now Joe Rogan, guys. And now your boy Joey.
And they really aren't capable of thinking about deep shit. They're not capable of pondering the really insane question of what the fuck this life is.
And I think it was Supertansky who was like, whoop. What do we think is going on here then? Like, what do we think the allegations are going to be? What do we think he's refound his faith to sort of work as like recourse against the allegations that are about? Like, what do we think is the catalyst that's got this bald motherfucker cross-washing like Russell?
I like them blowjobs, right, where it goes in their neck a little bit. Them blowjobs where it goes, where mascara runs.
Russell Brand has been officially charged with rape.
Week one as a Christian has been amazing.
Oral rape.
The ceremony itself was incredible.
Where mascara runs a little bit.
Like, I remember saying a few months ago, when we were talking about Russell Brand and like other people who cynically then re-identify as Christians as a sort of get out of jail free card. Like, look at me, I'm good now. I'm good. It's like a force field. Nah, can't get me.
Week one as a Christian has been amazing.
Not now I've got my magical crucifix round my neck. I remember saying this a few months ago about how pissed off Jesus would be. Like, if he was real, if he was here now, you know, and he's supposed to be all, you know, good and moral, and but all of the people that he keeps attracting to his movement are all fucking dickheads, pedophiles and racists and rapists. That's why it's like the worst people. Like, wouldn't he be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm literally the son of fucking God. And Russell Brand and Trump Brigade would be like, yeah, so I'm Jesus. I'm like a byword for good, for morality, for love, for positivity. I am Jesus. Yeah, but so, like, what do you mean so? Like, I imagined if I came back from the dead, if I returned to Earth, I just sort of assumed that the people who would then follow me might also be good and morally sound. Like, how the fuck is it that the only people that I'm reeling in is the shit or the downright evil ones? Like, did something get mistranslated in the Bible when they retranslated it all those hundreds of times? You show me the bit in the Bible where the disciples kidnap a bunch of kids and traffic them to an island, or they get busted with their scams and then blame it all on the deep state. Like, show me the psalm where that happens. Like, Trump is a rapist. Russell Brand is a rapist, probably. All these Republicans are fucking awful. Gabriella Hanna's a dick.
Jesus loves me.
Like, how is it these guys that are drawn to my book? What are they getting out of it? How is it these people who are being drawn to my content? Like, if you were Jesus now, in 2025, and you were attracting all these rapists and pedophiles and crooks, like, honestly, I think you would be asking yourself some questions, wouldn't you? I think you'd be like a regretful speed dater, wondering what kind of signals you're putting out to attract men like this. And so, anyway, get to the point, Thompson. This was a thing that bubbled up this week. Joe Rogan has started going back to church, guys.
Joe Rogan fans are done with his Elon Musk obsession.
Joe Rogan has been dethroned.
Joe and his anti-elite billionaire friends are becoming the swamp they've always hated.
And it was off the back of some guy called, I have his name here somewhere, some guy called Wesley Huff. Huff himself has obviously been on Rogan's monstrously successful podcast. And yeah, he told Fox News that he could tell them for a fact that Joe Rogan is regularly going to church now.
There's certain people that are just really dumb.
Yeah, like it's kind of weird, isn't it? Because, like previously, like a large percentage of stand-up comedians, Joe Rogan said that he was an atheist. I don't know if you're familiar with his stand-up, or certainly his earlier stand-up and earlier podcasts, but he very much came from that Doug Stanhope, Bill Hicks, David Cross kind of flavor of observational stand-up, questioning things, mocking organized religions and cults.
It's just a cult with a billion people.
And he talked about his lack of faith. He questioned how people might get involved in these things. He described himself as a critical thinker. But yeah, I guess now that he's been somewhat pilloried and pied off.
Joe Rogan's new special, Burn the Boats, might be the worst comedy special I've ever watched.
And his last comedy special was absolutely trash and lazy.
Maybe to survive on that side of the internet, and indeed that side of the culture war, like maybe it's like he kind of has to sort of lean that way too, right? It's like, if you're popular with conspiracy theorists who believe shit no matter all the absences of facts or the reality disproving the theory, if that's your thing, I mean, what could be better than the original fucking 2,000-year-old fiction bestseller itself? What could be better? It's the ultimate conspiracy theory. But it's not just Joe that's matured. The church has changed too. Like everybody always used to say. Do you remember when they used to say this? News reports, whenever a thing about the Catholic Church came up, or I guess it would be true of Southern Baptists or whatever as well. But they always used to say that the church needs to move with the times. It had become a little bit irrelevant here and there. It needs to update. It needs to reflect the modern world more. And it kind of feels like it has done, maybe. Like, I see Christianity these days as going through its sort of new metal phase. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's what that's what the church is going through right now. It's their new metal phase. Like, do you remember in the late 80s, right, when hair metal was the big thing? But then hair metal went out and grunge came in. Like, metal kind of fucking struggled, didn't it, to move with that time. Out went the hair, the dudes with the perms, Bon Jovi, Poison, Van Halen. You get the idea. Out went all of that, and in came the intelligent and sensitive sludge of alternative rock. Right? So metal kind of leaves the building. Metal goes out for a bit. But then you had new metal. Metal, but updated. It was still angry, like grunge. But it was back to sort of more bandy, back to 5-piece bands, Korn, Limp Bizkit, back to the long hair. And I feel like that's kind of what the church has done. Now, you know, it's gone through its wilderness period, and now it's back. It's cool again. It's cool, guys. It's back, and it's bad. It's new church now, guys. It's new church is where it... Like, I feel like all it took for Joe Rogan to go Goddy was two things. Like one, the first thing was the fear of losing all those viewers, those conspiracy theory nut jobs, those alt-right culture war types, losing all of those viewers and listeners to fucking Russell Brand on Rumble. That was the first thing. And the second thing was for the church to go fucking new Christianity. Like, that is what has happened. Like, out goes the hippie shit. Out goes the good shit, the caring, the 10 commandments, thou shalt not steal. And in comes new church. In comes the new Christians. Like, all it took, guys, for Joe Rogan to go to church was for the church to slide down to his fucking standards.
You're going to have a lot more fun talking about Jesus.
Week 1 as a Christian.
Really dumb.
Like, imagine being Joe Rogan and having to explain this. And being like, I used to be an atheist. I used to be an atheist and mock organized religions as cults for weak-minded, non-intelligent people.
It's a cult. I grew up in it.
But then they started rallying around rapists and pedophiles, and suddenly it made a lot of sense to me. Suddenly, inexplicably, I had fewer problems with it.
Really dumb.
Then it made sense to me. When it was the new church I was getting into. Where you don't have to give up or condemn the bad things anymore. You just wait until the religion and its followers slide down to your level. Or do you know what else it could be? It could be that he's like frog boiled now to such an extent with so many conspiracy theories that now he's actually reached that point where he's like, you know what, this one doesn't seem that batshit to me anymore. I'm ready to believe this one now. Doesn't seem so far-fetched. I've reached the level. And who can blame him? You know? Who can blame him, guys? Can't blame Joe. Because, I mean, you know, I hated Poison and Motley Crue and all that bullshit. But Korn were all right, you know? Korn were okay, and it's the same thing. It's exactly the same, guys.